An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Hello, everyone. This is Foti with Wolf IT. Thank you for watching another video. Before we continue, I'd like to ask that you please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell so you can always be in the know of new videos. In this video, we are going to have a little discussion. Unfortunately, a disaster struck my home office yesterday. We had some low temperatures, some windy conditions, and we had some micro power cuts from our provider, power company. And let me show you the results. Burned out equipment. It started, let me just back up a little bit. It's been a really rough couple of days. So yesterday morning, was working as usual in my office, where we had the first set of micro cuts. Everything was fine. My surge protectors worked fine. I had, some equipment power cycling and whatnot. Everything was fine. Hunky dory. Then I had my GFCI relay trip. So I was kind of puzzled as to what happened. I immediately thought that it was just a false positive. I reset it, tripped again. So I unplugged the most recent appliance I had plugged into the office was my space heater. My office does not have central heating, so I do rely on a space heater for heat in the winter. So I eliminated the space heater, reset the breaker. Everything was good to go. I then had actually been planning to replace that heater at some point this winter, so it really wasn't a big deal. Actually gave me an initiative to replace it sooner than later. So I'm not too fretted about that. But what followed is something that I'm upset about because the damage could have been avoided. And I'll explain why in a minute. So when I set up my home network, I only put my equipment behind a rack-mounted surge-protected PDU, a power distribution unit. So I didn't have proper UPS protection. I just had basic surge protection on the circuit. Backing up to what happened, I had a couple of microcuts in the meantime. I was actually contemplating on just shutting down the equipment until the power stabilized. But it had actually stabilized for a good couple of hours. So I'm like, good, we're home free. Things are back up and running. I then went to grab a bite to eat. Came back up to the office. In the meantime, my electrical service in the house, I have a main breaker panel in the basement, and then I have sub panels on each floor. I have a sub panel in the basement for the basement circuitry. I have a sub panel on the first floor and a sub panel on the second floor. And if you remember from my first rated video, I also have a sub panel that feeds my 110 volt project that's going to be coming in the future. So, there's a lot of electrical equipment, a lot of breakers, a lot of things going on with the wiring. So, I come back upstairs, no electricity to the floor. Take a look at the panel. The GFCI is tripped again. So, it's a three-phase circuit, so I lowered the 3 breakers for each phase. I reset the GFCI. It stayed. So as I was resetting the breakers, my bench over here came up. My computers came up. My computers are on a UPS anyway, so I'm not worried about those. But my repair bench came up, lighting came up, which is on a different circuit. But the moment I flipped the breaker for the rack, which is on its own dedicated circuit, that breaker tripped, which is where my heart dropped. Because pretty much all of my equipment is in this rack. I immediately, of course, panicked. But I do run, dual 220, 110 volt and 110 volts, because I don't have the central installation yet on the 110 volts. I have several transformers throughout the house, and because I've seen transformers go and blow out and all that, I decided to eliminate the circuit, the transformer circuit first, which pretty much ran my ATA, some phones. So it was a blow, but I mean, it was, it's manageable. And at that point, I retested and the breaker blew again. So pretty much these two machines which housed my free PBX installation, my PBX phone system, and its own dedicated pfSense firewall router, along with a 24-port Cisco switch, are all suspect failures. So, I mean, potentially this is going to be a very expensive fix, especially if I have to replace the SFF machines. Now, if I do have to replace the SFF machines, I'll maybe looking at going something rack mounted, within the rack cabinet. I have some things potentially coming up over the next couple months. I may be expanding, plans are in the works, so stay tuned for that. Exciting things are coming for Wolf IT in the near future. So that's that. Where I'm blaming myself is, for not having UPS protection. My thing was when I built the system, I'm going to save up and get a, big and bad UPS that has, that can hold for X amount of time, without power and all that. And that mindset kept me from buying a UPS which resulted in this. I mean, even if I had a smaller unit, just even with a couple minutes runtime, just to hold the microcuts, this would have been avoided. So what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a lot of troubleshooting off camera. And once everything is back up and running, I have also ordered a UPS that is due to come in next week. As soon as I get that in, I probably will be posting another video as a kind of update slash closure to the project. Give you guys an update on the status of this hardware, what had to be replaced. May go over some of the costs. But the moral of the story, guys, do not skimp on power protection. Power protection is crucial to any infrastructure. This disaster could have been avoided. And I'm kicking myself for it. Potentially, this could even be, several hundred euros. The UPS alone cost me almost 200. Heater was almost another 100. So we have almost 300 there. Plus whatever this stuff costs to fix. It is what it is. So leave your comments. If you have any suggestions on how to improve or how to potentially load balance circuits a little bit better, I'm always down for comments and suggestions. This has been a Wolf IT video. I do thank you very, very much for watching. Your support in this channel is very much appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video.